So in this lesson, we will be learning about artifacts copying. So as I was telling you about what is an artifact is nothing but an output of a build. So either it can be a zip file or a WAR file or a EAR file. So we have seen a lab called Azure Artifacts where Azure is automatically capturing its artifact under drop location and we can see it under the artifact section of Azure DevOps. But other than that, we also can copy these artifacts in our Nexus or JFrog or any of our Google Drive or Dropbox or containers, blobs, S3 buckets or anywhere so that we can have a dual storage location for us easy recovery. So for example, if Azure Artifacts is not working or some problem is happening, you have an artifacts on other location as well for a safety purposes. So how do you do that? So as usual, I'm going to this Azure demo generator, and then I'm just choosing one template which can be used for all our purposes like release management, artifacts copying, ARM templates checker, URL checker. Everything can be used for the single project. So if you go to this general section, all these are full end-to-end websites with a three layer. One is front end, another one is back end, another one is database. So I'm just choosing this one which is going to be my health clinic. So it is just going to be your doctor website, which is going to be your health clinic website. So I'm just choosing this and I'm clicking on select template. So you can choose a hotel template, you can choose this one, or you can even choose Contours or Air, whatever, whichever is feasible for you, you can choose this. So I've just chosen this, my health clinic template. I've just selected the template and I'm just giving a name and I'm selecting an organization. And as usual, when you click on create project, your project will be automatically created. So my project is automatically created, and then I'm actually over here. So when I go to my organization dev.azure.com and my organization, I can see the demo health clinic which is generated from Azure DevOps generator is created. So I'm just clicking on it, and then when I go to the files repository, I can see all the files are auto populated, and it's a .NET project, so I'm just seeing SLNs over here. So now our purpose is to create a S3, not S3, sorry, containers and blobs in Azure, and then get the output of these artifacts, which is going to be a zip file, and I need to store it in Azure DevOps as one copy and in containers as a second copy. So I'm just going to the pipelines, and I can see I have created one pipeline called as Azure Container Copy Artifact. So what I have done it, let me just go and then click on edit. If you see, these steps are automatically generated from your Azure demo generator. You don't need to do any of the things. So all these steps are as usual for your .NET build. The last step, which is going to be your Azure blob file copy. So how did I add it? I just went to this plus button on the task and then I gave like AZ file copy. So if you see here, this is a task which actually does a copy files to Azure Blob storage or a virtual machine. So in our case, I'm going to copy it to a Blob storage. I just added this, okay? And then here by default, if you remember, what is the source I need to copy? The source that I need to copy is actually this build artifact staging directory, because in the build artifact staging directory only, I'm just copying all these output of the files. So I'm just giving that as a source. And subscription, as you know, we have discussed, like we need to actually create a service connection so that with the help of the service connection, Azure DevOps and Azure can talk to each other. So if you don't know how to create a service connection, click on this manage. It takes you to the service connection page, and then you need to click on new service connection, and I'm choosing Azure Classic, clicking on next. And here you just need to give a subscription ID and the subscription name, username and password. And then when you click on save, automatically the service connection will be coming over here. So this is my subscription name and this is my subscription ID. So I've just linked to it so that I'm getting this service connection details. So this service connection detail name will be auto populated over here. If you see here, it is auto populated. So when I choose this, the next thing it says like, where is the destination? Do I need to choose blob or do I need to choose VMs? I'm just choosing a blob over here. And then it is asking the storage account name. I've already created a storage account name, so I'm just giving it over here. And what is a container name? I just need to create a container name and then give it over here. So I'm just removing this since I've already added this. If you see here, I've just used the same step. I'm just using artifact staging directory, and then the destination is blob, and then the storage account name I'm given, and the container name and blob prefix. So where do I get all these things? I just go to Azure, okay, and I'm just creating a new web resource group called as artifacts. And under the artifacts, I'm clicking on plus, and then I just need to create a storage account. Okay, so this storage account has a blob files, tables, and queues. So I'm just clicking on the storage account and then click on create. So you just need to give the resource group name and the storage account name. So this storage account name is equivalent to this one, artifact demo. So this is what I need to give it over here, and the location can be any of your location. I'm just choosing this, and then I'm keeping the rest of the things as default, and then click on review and create. So once after I create it, I'm just getting the storage account created. So this is my storage account name. Now here you can see around 4 options, which is containers, file shares, tables, and queues. In this case, I need a containers. So I'm just clicking on containers, and under containers, you can see this option called as plus container. So I'm just clicking on plus container and then giving any container name. So here I'm just giving container name as Azure artifacts, and this name only I just need to give it over here, which is going to be my container name. And where do I get this blob prefix? I just need to go and click on this containers, and under properties, when I click it, I can see this URL of this container. So this is called as blob prefix. I just need to copy it, and then I just need to give it over here. Done. So the rest of the steps and all is common. I just see, if you see here, publish artifacts, so it is the artifacts of this Azure DevOps. So under artifact section, I'm saving one copy. Along with that, I'm saving another copy in my Azure container as well. So I have 2 replicas with me. I just need to queue it. So when I run it, it takes around 20 minutes. So just keep on hold. So when this project gets completed, you can see 2 copies. One is being stored on Azure DevOps, and one will be stored under this container. So at present, when I go into a container, I can see it is empty. Okay. So I see none of the files and everything over here, so it is empty. So once after the job is completed, I can see the output of this zip file being stored over there. So it takes 20-25 minutes for the projects to run. So until then, I'll keep a pass, and then I'll resume back. Thank you.